go. Motivate, motivate.
He looks pretty black.
He's pretty black.
He's very handsome.
Oh, he is very handsome. He doesn't act black enough though, but he was this weekend, so it was okay.
What do you mean? Like talk black?
No, I mean just act like more like I thug. I don't like people who like black people who act like white people, which I know we're gonna get a bunch of letters like, what do black people act like? Guys, we all fucking know.
Yeah,
when we say
get your head
stereotypically what black people act like, and that's what I like.
Yeah. Nico's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got that hood swag.
Yeah, you gotta have a little.
I love it.
Gotta do thug life.
You know, I look at my skin all the time, and I've never said to myself, you know, Chris, you're not real black. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, there are two girls who do a podcast. I'm not going to tell you their podcast. You can find them and give them fame and names. I just want you to know that the thing exists. Where these two girls were discussing their exploits with black men or their experiences with black men. And the girl says, yeah, I've slept with like 2 black dudes. I've smashed them, baby. And the thing is that she qualified that by going, but they weren't real black dudes. And I said to you, what is a real black dude? And they started going into it of, well, you know, thug black dudes. And I just immediately, as you guys know, reject that concept. I hate the idea that I'm not really black because I'm not a thug. I hate the idea that I'm not really black because I'm not something that you think I should be. And yet I understand it because other black people do it too. Other black people remind people like me all the time that I'm not really black because I choose to speak a certain way. And I say choose because I could totally decide to go out there and do the thing that I see other people doing and emulate it. I've definitely done it in high school. But I got to a point where, like, you know what? I just want to be me. And I often wonder if, like, the thug black dudes or the more ghetto people aren't just playing up a role or a stereotype. Because I know you have the ability to speak differently. I think you just choose not to. I think you know what'll make you a target. I think you know what'll make you stand out. And the last thing you want to do in the black community is stand out. The more you stand out, the more they hate you. The more you stand out, the more different you are. The more you stand out, the more suspect you are. And I'm not saying that because I'm hating on anybody or I'm mad at anything. I'm just saying that, like, I understand why these girls think the way they do because they've fallen underneath the same misguided thinking that makes people think that everyone from Ireland has red hair. When, in fact, if you ever go to Ireland, the majority of the people are brunette.
Yeah, this was like a real black guy, like basketball player height.
Yeah.
Stature.
Yeah. Deep voice.
Here's the thing. These girls don't actually like real black men. These girls like dangerous black men. It goes in the same vein of the MGTOW and the incels and the nice guys universe, right? Because it's not that they're saying they need a black man to live up to stereotypes. They're saying that they like a black man who is dangerous or interesting or a black man that is something outside of what they're used to, right? So they're used to nice, pretty, pristine things. And when they meet a black guy that speaks proper or is, like, you know, doing something good with his life, that's not as exciting to them, you know, as the guy who is walking around with his pants hanging off his butt, doesn't have a real job, but he sells drugs, and probably doesn't do anything very good for his community. Now, they want that dangerous guy, right? Because that's more interesting. Think back to when media would portray the badass white guy as the guy in the leather jacket and the motorcycle. What was interesting about him? It wasn't his job. It wasn't what he brought to the table. It was really that he, himself, was dangerous. Like Darkwing Duck. Like, let's get dangerous. Like, that was him. That was that guy. And that's the same thing that these women want us to be. They want us to be their idea of what danger is, because to them, in the world they grew up in, black is dangerous, black is scary, black is different, you know? And they really want us to be that difference. And so when they meet a black guy and they say, well, you're not a real black guy, they're just saying, you're not a real stereotypical black guy that I expected you to be because I want someone to be really different and weird. You know, instead, you're you. And I just think we have to get to a point where we stop fetishizing our skin colors and our tones and start fetishizing the things that matter, like feet. I mean, Let's not fetishize anything. Let's just enjoy what we like, you know? Let's just not worry about the fact that this girl is like, hey, I want a thug. Let her have her thugs. Let her get beat in the face and get shot everywhere forever, okay? It's totally ignorant speaking. It's totally ignorant thinking. But at the same time, it's not all her fault. I'm not being an apologist for the girl because she's wrong. But, and other black people can attend to this. We push this same message upon each other every single day. So why are we coming at her head acting like she's the racist one? We started this. We started this idea by making fun of our own people. I got made fun of for most of my life by not just black people, but also white people telling me that I'm not really black. I'm Will Smith black. I don't even know what that means, you know? And I've done this video so many times and I'm sick that it's still a relevant thing to talk about. I've done this video like 4 to 5 different times about being black, the struggles of being black, black guys that talk white, the whitest black guy you know, why it's dumb to be racist, everything else in between. And yet it's still always relevant. It's always relevant. When can we stop this being relevant? Again, the idea goes to the MGTOWs and the nice guy syndromes. Because here's the thing. It's not women, it's society. Women and society, let's just throw it together. Women and society often want us to be the things that is the most simplest thing to think about. They want to go to the quickest common denominator. They want us to go to the thing that doesn't make them work too hard for it, right? Because seeing a black guy that isn't what you thought they were gonna be, or seeing a black guy that isn't what you saw on TV, or seeing a black guy that, you know, isn't like a rapper is mind-blowing to you, and it's too hard to think about the fact that people can be other things. I think also in part, you know, white people don't tend to get thrown in with too many stereotypes other than like mayonnaise and not being able to dance. So they don't really totally grasp the idea that thinking this way is dangerous to an entire community. And thinking this way is never going to be progressive. But it's at times maybe it doesn't matter, because I will say there have been times where I've been out and I've met girls who are like, yeah, I like black dudes only. And I'm like, you know what? I could do this and I could take advantage of this. But then that's, to me, playing it on easy mode, you know, and I like a challenge. You know, I'd rather meet a girl who likes me for me, or has to learn to get to know me and grows to love me over time. And it's not like, oh, he just looks good. I'm all the way into it right now because he's black, you know. I can definitely say I've met girls who are like, oh, I'm into him because he's black. And they talk to me longer than 20 minutes. Like, oh, I'm out. I'm out. He said, oh, come on. That definitely happened to me. But beyond all that, I'll say, I don't want to ever quantify what a real black person is, because the fact is that there is no real black person. We're just people, and we're all real. We're all real. The thug is real sometimes. I mean, sometimes they're not playing games. Sometimes they really are on these streets, and they really do believe the things they believe. So yes, there are thugs out there that are really, really with that life. There are also nerd guys who are really with that nerd life. There are really nice guys who are with that nice life. There are weird guys who are with that weird life. They're all real. So when you say, well, I want a real black guy, I'm into real black guys, just call it what it is. I want a dangerous black guy. I want an unreliable black guy. I want a black guy that lived in the streets and had it hard and has never quite grown past that point in his life. He is He is in arrested development. I want that black guy. That's what you want. If you want a real black guy, I'm right here. But I don't want you because you're stupid. And that is my word for the day. Let me know what you guys think. I know there will be people talking about this in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out my last video. It could use the love. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ever use teleport. If you want to help me out, just do me a favor. Add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, and smash that bell. Those 3 things will do me well.
Go motivate, 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 motivate.